Debate, guys. You ready for your headlining debate? You better damn well be. I'm excited for your headlining debate. Your headline debate this evening is it's late versus it's not late. So I think there's a handful of people tonight that are like, this show has gone on for way too fucking long. They'll probably be on the side of it's late. On this side of it's late, let's hear it for, you've seen him on The Tonight Show. You've seen him on The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. I'm so happy to have him back. Let's hear it for Phil Palisoul, everybody. Hell yeah. And on the side of It's Not Late, he's also a member of Fine Gentlemen's Club. You've also seen him on the cover of The Wrestler. Let's hear it from my very good friend, Nathan Lund, everybody. Nathan Lund. All right, and going first on the side of It's Late, let's hear it for Phil Palisoul, guys.
Thank you so very much for that. Before I get going, how about a nice round of applause for Kevin, ladies and gentlemen? He put this whole thing together. And when he asked me to do it, I haven't had a chance to do the show. And when he asked me to do it, naturally I said I would because he's a good man, he's a funny man, and he puts on a great show. So I said, sure. What time does it start? And he said, 10 o'clock. And I said, well, that's kind of late. And he said, well, that's not that late. And that was pretty much when the war of words started. And now he's brought in Nathan. I don't know why he did that, but Nathan seems like a fine man. I don't know, but when was the last time you suppose Nathan knew what time it was? Really? I'm not very prepared. I'm sorry that I'm just not very prepared. I wasn't on the debate team in high school. I had a girlfriend, so I was not on the debate team. And I'm not very prepared. I was going to get prepared, but I just kept putting it off, and then it got too late. And, all right, make your own fucking jokes. All right. Obviously, it's late. I mean, honestly, if you have to take a nap before you do something in order to be fresh, it's obviously goddamn late. I mean, we're in the 23rd hour of 24. There couldn't be anything but late. If you're the 23rd guy out of 24 guys, you're late. That's all I know. Incidentally, he mentioned that I was just on the Late Late Show, so I know what I'm talking about twice, all right? Damn it. And of course it's late. Of course, that's why we have a clock. I mean, you know that song, does anybody really know what time it is? Naturally, everybody knows. We got a clock all around the world. Everybody knows what time it is all around the world. We know what time it is in time. Those guys will tell you, he came back from time. We know what time it is. And there's a time of day when stuff happens. You know that. Like when the cop comes to your house and you're like, well, what time did this occur? And then there's a time of day when shit goes down. You know that happens too. You're like, shit went down. But that's always after midnight. Shit doesn't go down at noon. Whatever happens at noon. This is not an optimum performance hour for me, honest to God. That happens earlier in the day, you might imagine. Usually from 12 to like 12:38. That's just about it. Beyond that. You don't want to be late. That's the whole thing. If I showed up early, makes his day. I show up late, he shits himself. Not fair. He wouldn't care if I showed up early. You can't even be fashionably early. You know that. You have to be fashionably late. If this is not late to you, you have no tomorrow. Honest to God. My tomorrow starts in 4 minutes. I woke up today. God damn it. Work late, right? You get overtime. Valuable, late. Work late, overtime. Stay out late, overtired, right? Pull out late, overburdened, right? All that. Yeah, that one land with you? I don't know, it's late. I'm glad I didn't, this is getting late. I will leave you with this. It's later than when I started. There you are.
All right.
Phil Palisoul, if you guys didn't know it. Oh, yeah, no, he's well aware. He's well aware. He is well aware. Phil Palisoul was on The Late Show with Craig Ferguson. You guys might not know this. The Late Show films about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Lucky for Phil, that's when he can stay awake for 7 minutes in order to tell his jokes. Filmed The Late Show with Craig Ferguson, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Phil Palisoul, hilarious on the show, all 7 minutes. If they would have filmed the show when it airs, midnight, 12:30, you would have seen Phil Palisoul tell hilarious jokes for about 3.5 minutes. And then you would have seen him mumble to himself while he yawned and licked his chops for another couple of minutes. Maybe mutter a little bit about baseball or politics for a couple of minutes. Then he'd haphazardly try to finish a Sudoku before his wife told him to go upstairs and get into bed. Trying to do a Phil Palisoul. I can't do it, goddammit! Phil Palisoul says goddammit better than any comedian who has ever said the word goddammit. Just listen to him next time he gets up here. Goddammit. He'll throw it in there. He'll say it wherever he wants. Adjective, preposition. Goddammit. You'll laugh every time he says it. Phil's arguing about late. It's late versus not late. I'm going to give you guys some examples of situations where you'd rather hear it's not late than it's late. Let's say you rent a couple of tapes from the old video store. Phil remembers tapes. Let's say you rent a couple of tapes from the old video store and you can't remember if they were due on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. What would you rather hear from the clerk? It's late? Or it's not late. It's not late. Let's say things are getting hot and heavy with a new lover, with a hot date. What would you rather hear next from your lovely lady friend? It's getting late, or it's not that late at all.
It's not that late at all.
It's not that late. How about a period? If things get real serious with that lover, next thing you know, period's around the corner. What do you want to hear? The period is late or it's not late? It's not late, goddammit. Phil says it's late. It's not late in the week. He says it's late in the hour of the day. It's not late in the day of the week. Last time I checked the calendar, Sunday's the first day of the week. It's not late in the week. Pretty goddamn early in the week, if you ask me. Let's say this, gang. Let's say this. Let's say a beloved family member gets into an accident. By the time you get to the hospital, the doctor wants to discuss surgery as a means of a hope for survival. Is it late or is it not late? God damn it, you hope it's not late when it comes to surgery as a means for survival. God damn it. More to come in round 2. I'm going to make fun of Phil's voice a little bit more. All right. Let's stick around. Hopefully it's not too late for you.
Well, it's officially not late anymore. It's officially early if you go by my clock. Who set up time anyway? Who did that? Who was the guy that did it? I don't know, but he's the late whoever he was. I pointed out that I wasn't on the debate team. God damn it, I told you that. I'm getting a little late in life. Yeah, that's about it. That's about what I have here. I've got all my teeth. I didn't lose those early. I hope to keep those late. And Sorry. Let's begin. When Kevin asked me to do the show, I said, sure, I'd be happy to do the show. It just seems to start kind of late. Ring the goddamn bell. It's late, for crying out loud. I want to go to bed. God damn it.
Did you hear him smacking his lips? God damn it. You guys ever heard of the saying, if it's too loud, you're too old? Yeah, well, sure, we all have. There's another saying, too. If it's too late, well, God damn it, you're probably too old, too. You're complaining about the time and how loud it is. In fact, if you're old as Phil and you're awake, you're probably complaining to somebody to turn it down because it's late and it's too goddamn loud at this hour.
He's absolutely right.
Preaching to the choir. I'm surprised he can even hear me. It's because I'm yelling like him. Live next to somebody like Phil, you don't turn it down, he's going to involve the authorities. Guess what they're going to say? It's pretty damn loud, it's pretty damn late. Phil's a lucky guy. He's very lucky. If you guys didn't know it from looking at him, he's actually very lucky. He is. He's a talented, respected comedian. We talked about how he was on the Late Show, despite the name, The Late. He's got a beautiful wife, very funny comedian for a wife, Nora Lynch, very funny. They've been together for a long time. And before they got together, Nora hoped and prayed to marry a man with a full head of hair. She met Phil when he was 19 years old, and I'm going to tell you, goddammit, it was too late. But they got married anyway. Their love was that strong. They still married one another. She still married him. He looked just like he does today, except he had a mustache, so it was even worse. She was 25 years younger. She looked just stunning.
He's absolutely right about that.
The time she realized the mess she'd gotten into, it was too late. She couldn't get a divorce. She's a young woman. She wasn't able to get a divorce in those times. You know, Phil and Nora were inseparable for years after they got married. Everybody knew him as frickin' Frack. And then as life went on, they started calling Phil and Nora Bick and Rack. Bick on account of Phil's head, and Rack, well... Nora is one hell of a billiards player. If you haven't seen her rack up those pool balls, she is a sight to see. I shouldn't make fun of Phil too much for being old because despite the fact that he's older than me, he's much healthier than me. Phil runs marathons, he eats healthy foods, he juices the things that his teeth aren't able to break down for him. He's an avid juicer, though. Goes to the doctor. Another big important thing for Phil, goes to the doctor regularly. Phil Palisoul has his prostate examined 13, 14 times a year. Because you can never be too safe. He doesn't...
Catch cancer early. You don't want to catch cancer late.
That's good for me. You know, he's arguing for it's late. My argument is that Phil and I will probably both die on the same day. And I don't know how to feel about that. But there's a very good chance that we will die on the same day in like 25 years. So hopefully nobody says it was too late for Phil or too early for me. And that we can both have a good time in 15 years from now. Hope to see you then. Let's get out of here before it's too late.
All right, guys, time to pick a winner for our last debate of the evening. If you believe that it is currently late right now, let's hear it for Phil Palisoul, everybody.
Yeah.
And if you are spry and think it's not very late, let's hear it for Nathan Lund, guys. Nathan Lund. All right, Nathan Lund's your winner on that one, everybody. Nothing says giving up on a set like literally putting on your pajamas. So thanks a lot, Phil.